Hey guys, what's going on? It's your buddy Charasco Voltorb. And boy, oh boy, am I frustrated and annoyed. I've been filming so much stuff for you guys. I filmed a really awesome PS1 video collection and it had an error in the video that it was really bad and I had to remove it, but I couldn't because my editing is non-existent. So I had to delete a 30 plus minute long video that was really cool, touching on the whole PS1 collection. It was a two-part video, actually. It was so big. And then I just finished recording a PS2 game review, which I realized apparently doesn't really work out because due to the composite cables, I guess, it causes some really bad scan lines in the video. And it's just horrendous, and I can't subject you guys to that. You guys will have seizures. So instead, I decided to scrap together another collection video, much smaller. I'm going to kind of breeze through this one. My Game Boy collection. Game Boy, going from regular Game Boy through Game Boy Color to Game Boy Advance. That's kind of where I ended. In the meantime, we also have Raichu here, hanging out, a childhood Raichu of mine. And the only reason I'm introducing Raichu is because I feel like I need to speak about Bootleg Eevee. Bootleg Eevee, or Fake Eevee, Fleevee, I guess, origins unknown, from parts unknown. This Eevee, well actually it was from South America, but this Eevee is probably a canon, real Pokemon by now, because they have over 1,000. They keep pulling them out of their behinds and just bombarding us with new Pokemon that are just bullcrap. So maybe this Eevee's real. Who knows? Maybe it's legit. Anyways, let's start with the console itself. This is my childhood Game Boy Pocket, and for any of you that have not held a Game Boy Pocket in a while, it's a lot smaller than I remember it. This thing is in immaculate condition, partially because I kept it in this protective pouch whenever not being used. It had a really cool belt loop. Can you imagine walking around with that on your hip? You'd be the coolest kid in middle school. Anyways, I bought this, and I'm going to jump ahead to one of my original games for Pokemon Blue, because check this out. I mean, come on. That just completes the look. Yeah. So that is my original Blue Pokemon, which I will talk a little bit more in detail later. Let's continue. This is the original Game Boy Pocket, as you know, non-backlit, no color screen, but I love this thing. Hundreds of hours played on that. My GBA SP 101 with a custom hideous shell on it with a Mario decal. This is the backlit one. It's I don't know if there's some damage or something, but sometimes it wigs out and it doesn't play very well at times. Rarely, but when it does, it's annoying. But anyways, I'm glad I have this because these are extremely expensive now. Let's continue to the games. All right, so let's go. Let's start with some of the oldest stuff. Solar Striker. If you guys like shoot 'em ups and you want to take them on the go, this is excellent. This game is fantastic. Very bare bones space shooter, vertical scrolling, but also it's excellent. It's it's the chef's kiss. It's fantastic. You need to play Solar Striker. Really enjoy it. Let's go with some more classics. This is a favorite of my brother, Killer Instinct on the Game Boy. Some characters are missing from the Game Boy version. I believe Riptor is not in here, and maybe T-Hawk or Thunderhawk, whatever you want to call him, the Native American guy. But this is a decent little fighting game. Not a bad way to go if you want to take the kicks and punches on the go. Let's see. Quirk. This is a puzzle game where you're this tomato, punky tomato, and you push boxes around to kind of make them fit into places. It has hundreds of levels, I believe, and this just seemed like the perfect kind of setup for the Game Boy. You know, take a little puzzler on the road with you and have some fun. It's a shame that this didn't come in some kind of compilation GBA card, because as you know, sometimes these old Game Boy cartridges are kind of massive nowadays and make the portability thing a little, obsolete. It's like, look at this. Look, this is small, and then you put this guy in here, and then you have like, oh, look, yeah, I'm portable. So that doesn't work out very well. But yeah, Quirk, fun time, few bucks. I don't really have any big time games that are super expensive, so nothing's gonna break the bank that you see here. Super Mario Land, the first Super Mario Land on the Game Boy. I felt like I had to pick this up. I saw it for a decent price at one of my local shops, and I picked it up thinking I'm going to play through this and have some fun. And it's fun. It's very archaic, very old school Mario. This is your grandpa's Mario. And it's still a fun time, some platforming skill, but it's a little clunky in its controls, which for platformers, you know, can be a death knell. But check it out. If you're a hardcore Mario fan, I could imagine you would have some fun with this. This next game, Castlevania Adventure, was featured on my last pickups video, I believe. It's a really cool Castlevania game, old school Castlevania. They did amazing things with the chip tunes, considering it's a Game Boy game. So it just controls extremely sluggish and slow, and I heard it's very, very difficult. The cool thing is that there's unlimited lives, so you can just kind of keep playing to your heart's content. So if you like Castlevania and you want Castlevania on the go, especially old school Castlevania on the go, this is not a bad way to go. All right, my last really old Game Boy game is Mega Man, the first Mega Man for the Game Boy. Brant used to have this and put some cheats on the back here. To start with, you know, half times energy, start with quarter times energy, or undying, God mode type thing. So that's kind of cool. Brant, thank you, because this game is really freaking impossible. Maybe without the codes it'd be really, really impossible. But anyways, guys, this was probably the priciest original Game Boy game I have. I know, I'm not really going too crazy here, but it's fun. I love Mega Man. I'm a big Mega Man guy, and the graphics are actually done nicely. It translates very well from the NES, so this is fun. Decent chip tunes. Now, Game Boy Color stuff. Bomberman Max Champion. This is back in the day where everything was translucent. You can even see the little battery there. That thing, that's really cool. I believe this copy my brother gave me, and it's basically your run-of-the-mill Mega Man game. Or maybe, I don't know. I don't remember how I acquired this particular cartridge. But I remember it needed a lot of cleaning because it wasn't working very well. But this is classic Bomberman fun. You know, if you played one Bomberman, you've essentially played them all. Unless you played that edgy, weird remake on the Xbox where you're you know, murdering everyone because someone killed Bomberman's parents and then, you know, killed his wife at their wedding. I don't know. Or his bride-to-be. But this is a really, really decent little Bomberman game. There is another Bomberman game that I played, well, my brother had in his childhood that I need to get. I believe he's dressed like Indiana Jones on the cover. I need that game. I also need the Jurassic Park, I think, second game on the original Game Boy that was really, really cool. My cousins had that. We played that all the time. Turok, Rage Wars. I picked this up because I heard it was cool. It's a run and stab, run and shoot. It's isometrical top-down view of your guy running around killing dinosaurs and tribesmen. It's okay. I played it once or twice and probably never play it again. But this is the only Turok game I have in my whole game room, so that's saying something, I guess. I don't recommend it. Shadowgate Classic. When they didn't do translucent, they would do black cases, I guess, or different colors. This is a port of the NES game, and I can't remember too much about this. Obviously, I would imagine it to be very limited in comparison to the NES version. But if you're hurting for some point-and-click adventures, you could probably do worse. I just thought this was neat. It was a few bucks, and I have the NES game, so I thought it would be a cool way to compare. Maybe one day I'll do an in-depth review when I have editing software, and we can take a look at that. Let's see, what's next? This was also featured in a recent pickup video. Gex Enter the Gecko. My brother had this when we were kids. And it is nowhere near as cool as that PS1 game of Gex Enter the Gecko. At least it doesn't look that cool. It's basically a platformer. You substitute a gecko for Mario, and this is what you get. There are TV worlds that you jump into, and settings kind of change. I've only played it very little. It's not as much fun as I remember it. I think when we were kids, my brother and I just thought Gex was cool, and that gave it a big pass back then. But nowadays, it just doesn't really hold up. But for the memory, this is great. And the last Game Boy Color game I have is this game called Puzzled. I picked it up for a few bucks knowing nothing about it. I just really like the cover art. This retro mad scientist just messing with, I guess, a child and a puddle of goo. But it's a little puzzle game. It's very weird. I can't figure it out for the life of me. You're on a board, kind of like a board game, like a chessboard, but sometimes the chessboard's cut up into pieces and you're a blob and you can change places and you have to eliminate all the squares or join the squares. I don't know. It's really freaking weird. It's really strange. I thought puzzle games were a good setup for the Game Boy, which is one of the reasons I got it. and in the end, I didn't really enjoy it too much. But hell, you know, this was like $5, and just, I mean, yeah, I feel like I'm wasting money sometimes. But just look at the art. Look at the art. That's really cool. Let's continue now to GBA, which is my biggest, and I say Pokemon stuff for last because, you know. Anyways, Pitfall. This Pitfall game, The Lost Adventure, sucks. I barely remember anything about it. The SNES one was better. This came when I bought my GBA SP 101 with a bunch of different games as like a bundle, so I didn't really seek this out, but it just came with it, so I guess I shouldn't look a gift horse in the mouth. But if you have an SNES, just play that. Don't really bother with this too much. This is supposed to be a heavy hitter. Mario Tennis Power Tour. Another reason, guys, that I want to show you this video is I don't really dabble in my handheld a lot. I don't know too much about it. So if you guys recommend something down in the comments below, if you tell me Mario Tennis is awesome and worth playing, I'll check it out, or some of these other games. Power Tour, I played it very briefly and I kind of enjoyed it. It seemed like RPG elements with tennis, with Mario characters and generic characters that you can create. So this looked okay. This looked like a decent time. Probably revisit it. Let me know. Let me know. Let's see. This one definitely came with the with the GBA SP 101. Lego Bionicle. This game is horrible. It's some top-down adventure game when you're the Bionicle characters. If any of you don't remember Bionicle, it was like edgy Legos and warrior Legos. My brother had them when I was a kid, and I remember the characters. Him and I used to have so much fun making fun of the character names like Matanui and Harakui and Pui and all sorts of weird stuff. And we just used to make up character names. And then Matanui came to Splooey and McSploogie, and I don't know. I'm just rambling at this point. Nothing about the game, right? I'm not giving you anything about the game because I played it maybe once to play test, and that's it. Fun fact, when I got that bundle, it came with also Cat in the Hat for the Game Boy. But for some reason, it never read that game. I think the plastic was damaged on the inside on the lip, and it couldn't catch and it couldn't read, so I sold that game for like $1. And no one ever complained, so there. I probably will not want to be in a hurry to buy that game back. Medal of Honor Underground. This is a notorious game on the GBA. It's a first-person shooter on the GBA, extremely pixelated. It looks like your head got dunked into a house salad or a Caesar's salad, and you're supposed to, and that's your view. That's how bad the game is, how badly pixelated it is. It's horrendous, it's slow, but just for the novelty of the Medal of Honor series, which is near and dear to my heart in a way, this was a cool little pickup to kind of check out how horrible things were. Nowadays, kids don't understand. You kids with your newfangled games and your graphics, play Medal of Honor Underground. Just try it, I dare you. You crap your pants how awful it is. Let's continue. This I really like. F-Zero GP Legend. I bought this actually complete in box. I'm a big F-Zero fan. This is so much fun. I cannot recommend this game enough. It's classic F-Zero on the go. Like a billion characters, really tough challenges, tough but fair. Steep learning curve, but it takes, once you master it, you'll feel great. Zooming around the corners. I think Nintendo needs to do something with the F-Zero license. It's been a while. It's been dormant for a bit, if I'm right. And this is just so much fun. This type of game, I can really get behind this. All right. Keeping up with the theme of like racing games, Mario Kart Super Circuit seems to be some kind of a port of like the Super NES one. I'm not. Don't shoot me or anything. I'm not a big Mario Kart guy. Really not. I preferred like even Diddy Kong Racing on the N64 to the original Mario Kart on the N64, anyways. But yeah, it's Mario Kart for all it's worth on the GBA. I guess someone really loves this. I got it as part of the bundle, so that was cool. The Pac-Man Collection. I played it once. I'm assuming it's Pac-Man. Moving on. All right, Zelda 4 Swords. I don't know much about the Zelda variations for the Super NES and GBA, but I do kind of slightly recall that it has some kind of link-up thing with up to 4, or up to including yourself with 4 people, and you are different colored links or something. Maybe I could be wrong, But the main reason I got this is because I actually do not have the SNES Zelda Link to the Past, which is what this is on the GBA. So yeah, it's Zelda Link to the Past 4 Swords. That's the only reason I really picked this up. And guess what? I still don't dig it that much. I'm not really a big Zelda guy. But I have it. So if I ever want to play that classic for the SNES, it's right here. Let's see. Alright, this is a cool one. Super Mario Advance 4, or Super Mario Bros. 3, is essentially the NES game of Super Mario Bros. 3 on the GBA. What can be said about this timeless classic game? Nothing really. If you haven't heard about it, you're obviously living under a rock. But I remember enjoying this, and I should probably revisit. I actually even forgot that I had this. This also came in the bundle. There were really cool games in that little bundle. So that's a cool game to have. Alright, this is kind of a throwaway here. Game Boy Advance video, Pokemon. I choose you, and here comes the Squirtle Squad. That is not a snuff film, Here Comes the Squirtle Squad. It's apparently one of the first episodes of Pokemon, if I remember correctly. This is, not many people know this, but Nintendo released these little Game Boy Advance video cartridges. These are the actual episodes of the TV show. You can watch them on like a mini TV as your Game Boy. It's interesting. It's just more of a novelty than anything. So there's that. That was also part of that massive bundle. This next game is really cool. Mega Man Battle Network White 3. That's a mouthful. So it's a Mega Man type of RPG tabletop game. You have a grid and you move around and you use cards or chips, as they call it in this game, and to battle. You're a kid in the real world and you plug into your computer and you're Mega Man, and it's really weird. Apparently a really long running series. I think these go to like 5 or 6 of Mega Man Battle Network. I actually played this for quite a bit and I enjoyed it, but then the combat got too complex. I didn't really know what I was doing. It became one of those like Vagrant Story type of moments where it's like, what the hell am I doing with myself? I don't know. I'm just hammering away on buttons. But if you like Mega Man and you're into weird stuff, try it out. I apologize if my audio is getting scratchy back there. I think my computer's about to explode. Continuing on to a cool RPG that I have some fond memories of. Golden Sun. It still has a used sticker on the back there. My brother had this when we were kids, and I kind of enjoyed it. It's a cool little RPG on the go. I wanted to play through it and then get the sequel. It's a beautiful art style if you guys haven't played this. The graphics are really nicely done. It's kind of impressive for a GBA. So this is a fun, traditional type, not real-time battle, but you know, it has a little bar to build up and who goes in turns. It's the traditional RPG, and it's really nicely done for the GBA. All right. This was one of my big gambles. This is Rebel Star and Tactical Command. So that game was recommended to me through many videos. It was supposed to be like a tactical RPG type grid-based shooter. Think of like XCOM, but for the GBA. I don't like XCOM, but I thought I would like this. But someone told me it was like Final Fantasy Tactics on the GBA, and it's definitely not. It's cool. Art style is neat. You set up your soldiers marching along these little paths. There's buildings to take cover in and bunkers to huddle behind, sandbags, and you fight these aliens. And there's fog of war, so you don't know the enemy's there until you run into them. So you have to move along very tactfully, very carefully. And you can, using skill points, you waste them every turn. You can set up your soldiers to be, kind of like on patrol or hold a position behind sandbags, so they'll shoot anything that comes into their range of view, but that costs SP points. I got a few missions in, and then it became extremely hard, and I just kind of gave up on it. But maybe I'll revisit that. All right. These are going to hold them as 2. Metroid Zero Mission and Metroid Fusion. My brother graciously gave me this cart back in the day. He had an extra one, and he just gave me this. This is great. And this is a not very legit copy of Fusion, because I'm not, like I said before, paying over $100 for a piece of plastic this freaking small. I don't care how rare it is, just not doing it. What can I say about these two games? They're phenomenal. I've beaten them both. This is some of the most fun I had with my GBA. The Metroid games are phenomenal. I highly recommend them. It's a traditional. If you like Super Metroid and the SNES, you'll love these games. Some of them have even evolved. I don't know which one I even like more. Fusion is talked about a lot more, but damn, Zero Mission is really good, guys. Zero Mission is phenomenal, and I think it's a longer game. Fusion's very short. I'll give it that. They're both somewhat short games, but Fusion's very short. But these are both fun little playthroughs, maybe 5-6 hours a piece. So check them out if you're hankering for some Metroid. Now, let's go on to Final Fantasy VI Advanced, the sound restoration mode. Unlike the sound restoration that my computer probably needs because it's about to explode over there, this is a port of the SNES version that is not an official release. This, you can tell by this red cartridge here. It's not a legit copy, but it's improved from the real release of Final Fantasy VI on the GBA, which sounds and looks washed out. This has the enhanced one. It's like a direct freaking port of how it's supposed to run on the SNES. It's beautiful. It's timeless. It's an amazing game, arguably one of my favorite games ever. And this is a great way to play it. I think I've played through this cartridge at least 2 or 3 times already because I love it that much. All right, guys, let's touch on the last few games, and they're all in the Pokemon series, which my original childhood Blue, Pokemon Yellow over here. We'll put Red, and Silver over here. Let's move these up a little bit next to Fleavy and Raichu. So the red and yellow versions, my brother had red when we were kids. We bought them all at the same time. He bought red, I bought blue. He had a green Game Boy Pocket. I had the blue Game Boy Pocket, as I explained, because my mania to make it the same color. This particular red version and this yellow version, my brother gifted to me also, these 2 Pokemon games, which was really, really cool. This came in that AGS 101 bundle. And I don't know if you guys know, but Pokemon Yellow and Silver, or Gold and Silver, are notorious for having that battery that runs all the time, like it's running right now. So obviously by the time I plugged it in and started to play it, the battery was dead. I replaced the battery in this cartridge when I bought the Game Boy a couple of years ago, or a few years ago, so it's probably dead again by now. But it was nerve-wracking to replace the battery. I did it the ghetto way. I got a knife and pried it out and used some electrical tape to put a new battery in there. But I played through the majority of this and made it to like the last, I guess, Pokemon Masters, and got my ass handed to me quite handily. Got my ass whipped. And it just, after that, it kind of killed it for me. But this is, it's fun. I haven't played these too much. I really want to check out Yellow because I know it's so different because Pikachu follows you around. So that sounds cool. Now, my copy of Blue, I collected every single damn Pokemon, including Mew. I had all 151 original Pokemon, trading with friends, and doing all sorts of stuff. So, and I loved Pokemon so much. Like, what my brother and I would do, my parents bought us a big rechargeable battery pack, and we would recharge our batteries and plug them in, and that's, to just keep playing. And I remember that I got the game for Christmas, and they found me the next morning after Christmas sitting upright in bed playing this game, and they were like, Jesus Christ, how long have you been playing Pokemon? So the impact of Pokemon as far as video games on my life is huge. This game is great. I loved my Pokemon so much. I traded with so many friends in middle school to get all the Pokemon, and my brother, and to the point that I wanted to start again. You can only save 1 file at a time on these old games. So I traded all my valuable Pokemon to my brother on his red version, and I deleted and started anew on my Pokemon Blue. I hope he has my Mew also. I don't even know. I think I traded some of them back into the version. I could be messing. I don't know. I haven't started it up in the fear that this battery is also dead. So that would break my heart. But yeah, Pokemon, phenomenal series. Guys, that's kind of it for my Game Boy collection. It's kind of impromptu and rushed, but I've been really frustrated. There's been lots of stuff going on with messing up videos. I can only imagine for those of you that actually edit your videos, if something goes wrong, that must be soul-crushing to actually put effort into your videos, unlike me, and then have to delete them because they're messed up or something. But I'm gonna try to put out more content. It's just there's a lot of stuff going on with work and kids or children being every now and then sickly or sick for something, and the things, they're just busy around. Life happens. But I hope that you guys are not too dissuaded from hanging out and watching the channel. I plan on having more reviews, maybe working out some kind of solution to record better on the PS2 so I can do some PS2 reviews. That'd be great. Getting maybe a capture card or something, I don't know. Something to kind of stream something, maybe. And check this out. This is a squishy cyborg. I don't know if you guys seen the Elasticorpse monkeys that are squishy, and you throw them and they splat. So I really wanted one, and my wife is not paying $40 to buy me one from Europe. So she got me squishy cyborg, little mini, and it's really cool. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm going to cut it loose before my phone decides to explode. So good to see you guys. I hope you enjoyed this little collection video. Give me any recommendations on other Game Boy games that are worth my time, and I hope to catch you on the next video on Churrasco Voltorb. See you later.